Hello everyone, welcome back to the MAGMARD Legacy Collection All Achievements Let's Play Marathon. Last time, we beat Mega Man X3 and got every achievement for X3. This time, I'm so looking forward to this. We're going to be playing Mega Man X4. I am forgetting what the button layout is on the Nintendo Switch. I did it again. For the record, I'm using an Xbox controller on the Switch because all my Switch controllers that are meant for the Switch are bad. So, yeah. Huh? What is this? Did I crashed the FMV. That has to go in. Capcom. Yay. Love Capcom here. Anyway, so as this was the first Mega Man X game released on systems that used a CD drive, and I know someone's gonna try to correct me in the comments. I'm saving it for later. Don't say anything about it. They added FMVs because that's kind of just what you did back in this era. If you had a game that wasn't complete without FMVs, and the intro has been a little bit butchered in the Legacy Collection. You probably noticed some weird frame rate stutters. That's because they cut out one scene where one of those characters did like a Nazi salute type thing. They just cut that out. And then also they made some of these scenes way darker, I guess to prevent like eye strain and epilepsy, but it's just kind of weird. So yeah. We got all these characters. I'm not going to say their names, except for that one. That one's Zero. Because they'll be explained to us later. Anyway. There it is. X and Zero. And those guys. I wonder who that is. You said it for me. Thank you. Anyway, like you said, this is Mega Man X4, and the first thing I'm going to do is change my buttons, because I always got to do that. Alright, so now we have two options. We can finally play as Zero, like actually just play as Zero, with just great saber combat. I love it. But we're going to save that for later. We're going to play as Mega Man X. I wonder who that is.
It's about the Maverick Hunters, General. They are far too eager to please the humans and continue to hunt down the Reploids. Do you believe they pose a significant threat?
Perhaps.
You already know the truth, General. Their sole mission has been to destroy any Reploids who fail to do as the humans order. It's in your best interest to stop them now, before they turn on you. You possess enough power to destroy them!
You are dismissed.
What?
I will not betray the humans. Remove yourself from my sight. My business with you has concluded.
Very well. But you will change your mind soon, I assure you.
Wow, he's laughing maniacally. I wonder who it could be. Anyway, we got one more little bit of cutscene. There's a lot of cutscene in this game. A lot of text. Mavericks have been found at point 5567. The Mavericks occupy the sky lagoon using the most advanced weapon available. The army appears to be the Rebel Force. Roger that. I'm on my way now. Thankfully, I can just press one button to make the text box appear. Anyway, intro stage time. Now, some things to go over. Obviously, the game's in a bit higher resolution. Actually, this next game's running at a resolution of 256 by 224, whereas this game is running at 320 by 240, which is great. Anyway, so everything looks a little more detailed, got bigger sprites and all that, but it still doesn't feel like Mega Man 7, where everything was kind of huge compared to other games. I skipped the text. Oops. Power reactor destroyed. I'm sorry. I skip the text all the time. You'll see basically the same thing when we play Zero. So I'll just kind of show the text and not read it for a little bit. Hopefully I don't instinctively skip the text there as well. What? The city has been completely destroyed. They were innocent people. I won't forget this. Alright, so one more thing I want to discuss is, actually there's a few things. First of all, the dash has a little bit of start and end lag, which is kind of weird. But the interesting thing is that now you can just hold the dash button and jump, and you'll do a dash jump, regardless of whether you just started the dash or if you hadn't. Which is kind of cool. And then also, there are actually two buttons for using the X-Buster, because one of them is just dedicated to the X-Buster, whereas the other one will use a weapon if you have one equipped. Meaning, actually I should go down here. We have a Crusher section. Every game has to have one. And it's usually just in the intro stage and then never again. Here we are. So, I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, here we have the intro boss. And this is the only time you're going to hear this piece of music. This is, Erigian? I don't know how you say his name. It's going to be on screen. You just read it. Unless you can't read. In which case, I'm sorry. But, this guy's pretty simple. You just kind of do half charges on him. There's a weird quirk with the PS1 games, and it's that half charges are actually effective now, like on every boss. It's kind of strange, but you know, I'll take it. Anyways, that was the intro boss. Who are you? I'm the Colonel of the Rebel Force. His name actually is just Colonel. For the record. And I should probably use his voice. Has the Rebel Force been occupying this area? What are you talking about? I only came to save my sister. The army responsible for all the violence in this region is not the Rebel Force. Nevertheless, I want you to disarm and follow me back to the HQ. Never. You're asking my soldiers to drop their weapons. The only time we drop our weapons is when we aren't able to fight any longer. But you will be regarded as a maverick and treated as such. Do as you will. The Rebel Force would sooner fight than discard our weapons. Or pride, sorry. Consider us mavericks if this is what you wish. Wait, calm down, Colonel. He's not listening. At all. What the? Something's got to give. Otherwise, the entire Rebel Force will be considered to be a Mavericks. And that's our intro stage, and we can save. The game finally has a save feature, which is just fantastic, finally. I'm going to save Data 1, because it's easy.
Brave soldiers of Repliforce, we have all been wrongfully judged as mavericks by the humans. We cannot suffer this indignity and live in disgrace. We will build our own nation of Reploids, but Remember, this is neither about insurrection nor rebellion against our human creators. This is about our liberty and security. We must battle for our own individual rights and our own survival. Together we will build our nation, a sanctuary for all Reploids, our own utopia. Let us forge onward towards a new golden era for the Repliforce.
I too share the general sentiment. Take heed, we have no other choice. Let us fight valiantly, with courage and pride, without fear, for we are the Repliforce. The most powerful army in history!
The General has finally taken action. And now, my Maverick Hunters, what will you do? I'll be watching closely from here on out.
Wow, I wonder who it could be. I really wonder. Anyway, here we are. Who are you? Call me Double, the Rookie Hunter. My liege, the Repliforce has begun its coup. Wait, Colonel, you're jumping to conclusions here. Sir, you've been given the order to scramble. Right, I'm leaving now. Here we got new with X4, we have introductions on all the stages. I am going to skip these. I do not care. And now I can demonstrate my text mashing skill. Every button actually advances the text. Literally every button. Except, maybe not, like, the left stick doesn't do it, the right stick doesn't do it, but every other button does. So you can just mash all those buttons and skip the text really fast. Anyway, now we have our 8 Mavericks to tackle. And, yeah, first one we're going to take on is in the volcano. And I'm not going to say his name because this guy's going to say it. He betrayed the irregular hunters and hid himself inside of a volcano. I love that announcer. It's so good. Anyway, you might be wondering what irregular hunters means. Well, as it's kind of standard with the I guess the Mega Man series in general, there were some translation errors. Typically, the irregulars have been translated as Mavericks in the Western releases. So that's what it means. It means the Maverick Hunters. In Japan, Mavericks are called irregulars. Why? I don't know. I guess they thought it sounded cool or something. Anyway, you know, we got a volcano stage here. Not anything too special, I guess. We got some falling rocks and whatever. We got a door here. And you kind of already saw it with the intro stage, but now stages split up into 2 halves. And if you get a game over, you'll start at the second half, or I guess the beginning of whatever half you're in, which is kind of nice. Over here we have a heart tank that I don't have to try to get yet, but I'm going to because I can do a trick. Yeah, like that. It's kind of like Iceless, once again, but it's way easier. You could probably pull it off yourself if you gave yourself a minute. Anyway, we got the right armor. You know, pretty cool. It's got a sword, and it does a lot of damage, and we're going to be using this right armor. It will be important for an achievement. And if you break these blocks here, you can actually take the right armor into the boss fight. X, you've arrived. Dragoon, why did you betray the HQ? Heh, you'll have to defeat me first. But we're allies. You're so naive. Listen closely. I let the Sky Lagoon fall. And I'll do it again. Ha ha ha! No, those were innocent people. You're not Dragoon, just a Maverick. You got that right. Power up, X. It's time you showed me what you can do. Alright, so here's the boss. And ow. So, I'm going to sort of ditch the ride armor for a little bit, and hopefully I don't die, because I kind of need to not. Ooh. Oh, he's giving me good RNG. So this guy's pretty tough normally. Get in. I have to be careful not to blow up the ride armor. Otherwise I'm going to have to replay the stage, and I don't want to do that. And I'm dead. Looks like I'm going to have to replay the stage anyway. I'll see you in a minute. Alright, round 2. Let's try it again. Hopefully I don't get owned. Like I was saying before, this is a tough boss, so it's a little bit of a problem. With the ride armor, it's made a fair bit easier, because you can tank a lot of hits with it. Of course, I need to keep it alive, so I'm trying not to be too happy with it. And of course, you can spam the half charges, do a fair bit of damage. We can also do sort of a combo hit with the ride armor, like that. And there we go. That should land me the achievement I was looking for. I did. He brought Fist to a mech fight. You are strong, X. Such a waste. Why, Dragoon? Always wanted to fight you. Then he appeared, and... He appeared? Who? Told me to work for Repliforce, to goad you into fighting. You did it just so you could fight me? Was worth it. For a final duel. Dragoon! By the way, that's the only boss that gives you a post-fight cutscene. And yeah, we got Rising Fire, like you said. Shoots fire energy vertically. Effective against all airborne enemies. Some objects may be burned by this attack as well. And there you go. And we're going to save. We got a heart tank and a weapon. And next up, we're going to be going to the jungle. Welcome. He protects the secret weapon of the jungle. That's him. Alright, now we're in the jungle stage. Sadly, they don't have any fun and games, but what we do have is these fish enemies that... can you call them fish? I don't know. Like, kind of... I don't really know if you can say they're fish. Kind of weird. Anyways, come down here, and we have our first light capsule. The leg parts. This battle should have never happened, X. Why must Reploids fight each other? I've had enough violence. I forgot he said that. I don't really read the light capsule text often, so yeah. Why do these peacekeepers persist in fighting each other? This must be some sort of mistake. X, enter this capsule. Equip this to discover the truth. Equip with this boot module and... Equip with this boot module? I don't know about that one. And jump twice in the air to hover. You can move either left and right and will remain airborne for a few moments. It is effective for negotiating through higher and more dangerous terrain. Stop this tragic war as soon as possible, X. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's at this point the light capsules are retconned to be an AI instead of a recording, because there's no way he would have known that a war with Reploids was happening, because Reploids didn't exist while he was alive. X is technically not a Reploid, so no, he doesn't count. Anyways, it didn't say it, but we also have the air dash back, which is nice. I won't be using it that often, but you know, it's good to have. And of course we can hover. It's not that useful on its own like that, but if you stand still, you can hover for a pretty long time, which can be very useful. Anyway, I'm getting hit a lot. I don't normally get hit this much. Who am I kidding? I definitely do. But I get hit a little bit more when I'm trying to speak and try to keep the dialogue going here. Anyway, come over here. Got some more waterfall areas. These needle guys can be a bit of a pain. And come up here. Should also be noted that like ladder jumps like that are much easier in these games, the PS1 games, than the SNES games. Anyway, break that door, and we're finally on to Area 2.
Ready.
I'm not ready. Anyway, I should note that, oops, I do need to change my controls, because that's not what I was expecting to happen. Okay, I want the Y button to be always the X Buster. I just like having that consistency. And then the shoulder button can be my alt fire. The alt fire button is normally mapped to Y, or Y on an Xbox controller. That's what I mean. I have it mapped to X. I have the normal attack mapped to X on the Xbox controller. So now you can use a weapon while also using a buster, which is nice. You don't have to select off the weapon, which allows these weapons to be a little bit more situational than normal, but still not be cumbersome to deal with. Anyway, come over here, use Rising Fire, and we got our second heart tank. Very nice. Come up here, and I could have shot this earlier and that would have been quicker, but I didn't do it. You don't have to come through this way, but it's a little faster, so I like doing it. And I just want to destroy these for fun. Same with these guys, I don't actually have to do this. Ow, what hit me? I don't even know! Anyway, here we are at the boss. Let's go through. And Rising Fire is not the weakness, so I'm just not gonna use it here. There he is. You've labeled us as Mavericks. I won't let you pass. Turn back now. Alright. Web Spider. This guy can be kind of difficult, especially if you don't know what you're doing. The thing to note is that in this first phase, all he does is come down, shoot a web. If you get caught by the web, you're stuck for a little while, you gotta mash out of it, and you take a lot of damage, which is less than ideal, as you can imagine. So you gotta try to juke out the web, which can be easier said than done, but with a little bit of practice, it's not too hard. And once he gets down to about half health, he starts his second phase. He's invincible during this, which is why I wasn't shooting him. Now, he moves around in this area, and he can either shoot a web, or... there we go, I'm getting caught by it. And it does a lot of damage, as you can see. He can shoot a web, or shoot a bunch of spiders out, kind of like a bow spider from X1. Except this is a regular boss. Wow, you are giving me really annoying patterns there. Okay, we got him. That's Web Spider. We sure did. Fires a spider net charged with electricity. Can be used to attack, wall jump, or double jump. We'll get into that when we do. Anyways, we're gonna save. And now we have an armor part, 2 weapons, and 2 heart tanks. And with that, that's gonna do it for this episode. this one's gonna take a little bit longer because the cutscenes do add a fair bit of time. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and tune in next time when we tackle a few more Mavericks. See you all then.